Yo, what's going on, everybody? I hope you're doing well, because I definitely am. And I hope you had a good Easter yesterday. You were able to celebrate with the people you loved. You had a good food. So here we are, boys. We are ready to farm some crystals yet again, because the finances are looking a little bit bad right now. 738 gold. We've had much better days, but there's a reason for that. There's a good reason why we are at such a low. But no, don't worry, man. We're gonna bounce back. We're gonna make all that gold back. If you look closely at the UI, you will realize the reason why we are at such a low. I mean, it's not the only reason. Like, I've been buying some other things, but on the UI, you'll see right away what has changed since the last time if you were paying attention, and that will give you the reason why. We went from 1500 gold last time we met, that I was streaming as, and why right now I'm 800 gold short. I was feeling a little bit nostalgic today, so that's why I put on some good old Warcraft 3 music. Because why not? I mean, Warcraft 3 has to be one of my all-time favorite game. For anybody that played it, I mean, you understand why it's such a great game. Tried King Bullet. Alright. Sacrifice some frogs. Boom. What? That was not even close enough. Just want to make sure, do I have all the right gear on? I don't have the right rings. Okay. That's good. I can just swap that real quick. Boom. Because I don't need healing gear right now. Yes, I have my second wind and all my plate gear. Yes. Sometimes I'm just too eager to start and I realize I don't even have half of the gear that I need. It's in my bag, don't get me wrong, but it's not equipped, so that can be a problem sometimes. Especially when it comes to resist and sustainability. You don't want to forget this. Man, I really hope I'm going to be able to get a better upgrade for my magma tempered boots soon. I hope Tier 2 boots would be a good upgrade, because it's the same. I have, what is it, 18, it's 18 healing done, and I think my tier 2 is 18 spell power, so it doesn't change anything for the healing. And I think the stats are roughly the same. But I would really enjoy like boosts of pure thought and the BWL trash. Those are very nice. Cloth boots. Let's just look at it real quick. From the trash, boom. 62 healing, cloth boots, 12 intellect, 8 stam. Gimme, 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 gimme. Man, Warcraft 3 has such good music. It's such a great story as well. I mean, it's the foundation of World of Warcraft, and I think the game is just fantastic. Just because, back in the days where RTS was a big genre, and people were really into it. Like right now, I don't think it's really something that people play anymore, unfortunately, because I really liked RTS, like Age of Empire, Empire Earth, Age of Mythology. That was a great game as well. Got it back in like 2004, talking like years back, and that's another one of my all-time favorite game. And yeah, um, there was another one. Yeah, Dawn of War. I played. I played it on Steam, but I played Company of Heroes. That's another good one that I liked. Dawn of War, Dawn of War 2, Dawn of War 3. And the third one was meh, but Dawn of War 2 was very nice. I wish Dawn of War 3 would have been better, but yeah, they kind of dropped the ball on it, unfortunately. Like they should have made it Dawn of War 3, because the thing is, Dawn of War 1 was, you make a huge army and then you just go and you just swarm the enemy, and you had a lot of different races from the Warhammer 40k universe. But Dawn of War 2 was more strategic. Your troops had a lot more impact. Like in Company of Heroes, you have less, but they do more. Rather than have 80 units, you may have like only like 10 or 12, but you have like a squad of very tough dudes that just go in and they get teleported behind the enemy line, and then you have your whatever your scouts and whatnot. Dawn of War 3 should have been like a mix of those two between the Dawn of War and Dawn of War 2, where you, it would have been like Dawn of War 2 but with slightly more units. That would have been very nice, but they just screwed it up. Like it was nice, but uh, you know. And then the game was like the main company or the developers. I don't remember exactly what happened, but they were like, okay, yeah, we're gonna move on to other things. So basically, they left it on life support. I played Warcraft 3 today. It was like the best game for me. Yeah, you're absolutely right. RTSs are not really a big thing anymore, unfortunately. But man, Warcraft 3. Oh my god, so good. Like I never got into. I don't know about you, but I never got into like the PvP because I'm not like the multiplayer and all of that. I really enjoyed the campaign for what it was and just a free play and just try some new things and go for the story. That was the whole thing for me about Warcraft 3 was going for the story and just, you know, going through the campaign with cheat codes because, I was young and a noob and I didn't really know how to do it. So I just went it with cheat codes, and but I enjoyed the story like crazy. Like I was only using cheat codes when the levels were too hard, but I did most of them without any cheats. But I still have my original CDs. I don't know about you, Rat, but I'm keeping those very close to me, and I would never sell them for anything in the world because I have like the original ones, and I have them in French. So I mean, yes, you probably can get your hands on like the regular CDs and the boxes for of the ones in English, but the ones in French, it's a certainty that you will never see them anymore unless you go at somebody's house or you see them in like a yard sale or whatever. So it's you know very important. I'm keeping them. And the whole game, like it's not like today where you just install the game and then you can choose in the options like the language. Like no, the CD, the installation screen and everything is in French, and it's a lot of good stuff. Custom games were, yeah, I feel you. I never played any of the custom games because, like I said, I was a young nub. but it's definitely something that I think I would have enjoyed as well. What do we get? Clever hat. Oh, we got a felt cloth and rune cloth. That's very good. Still remember spamming vampirism. Good old days, man. CDs, but not the boxes. Ah, rip. But at least you have the original CDs. Like, you can still go through. Because that's something that I really liked about like old games. And from what I remember, I think it's the case with Warcraft 3. You had like the. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know. I don't exactly remember, but you know, you have the installation screen, and just going through the installation back then, it was a little experience, you know. 8 years old, yeah. Yeah, good old times when we didn't have to worry about anything, but just, you know, getting that game done and getting to the next level, and just going to sleep at like 8 p.m. Oh shit. I got very close there. But yeah, just going through the installation process, you know, sometimes you had like a little window, and they would like tell you about like the units you were gonna encounter in the game, and or the factions or the civilization and stuff like that, or you had like some music, and you know, it was installing the game was an experience. It's not like nowadays where you just go through and you have like hyperspeed internet where it takes like 20 minutes and you have like a 20 gigs game installed, or whatever time it takes. You know, it was an experience. So at least you have that on your CDs, even though you don't have the boxes. Something that I did though, that I kind of regret dearly right now is when I was, you know, when I moved from my old house to here. What basically happened is that was in 2012. You know, I had great times with World of Warcraft, and you know, after 2010 for me, that's where it just went downhill with Cataclysm and all of that. So I just, uh, and at some point before we started moving, um, I had stopped playing WoW completely, and I was just like, I'm done with it. And I never really realized that you're never really done with World of Warcraft. You just take some long breaks. Don't worry about the Streamlabs message rat. First time I tried installing the game. Yeah, insert CD2. That's something cool that you know is you had to replace the CDs and all of that, and you felt like a king when you had like a game that had like 4 CDs that were needed for installation. You know that, oh damn, that's gonna be a damn good game. You know what I mean? There's gonna be some content in this game. It's gonna be cool. But yeah, don't worry about the message. It's never really bothered to check what's doing that exactly, but no worries. I'm the boss, not the Streamlab bots. But yeah, it was such an experience. So yeah, today we're we're getting back in time, and we're going back to those times when we were young and dumb, and where we're not worrying about anything in the world. At least when I was that age, I wasn't. Maybe some other people were, but I was not. 7 CDs, nice. Yeah, because the map on this one was very insane. Another game that I remember that was very nice is Baldur's Gate. When you were at certain place on the map, you had to change the CD. Like if you were really like, I don't remember exactly because I was young, and then I played the game again when it was on Steam, so I didn't have the legit experience. But yeah, when you were going to a certain part of the map, you had to change the CD. That was another cool turn-based game, like an RPG turn-based game. Very nice. and I played it on Steam for a couple of hours. I mean, I went all the way to Baldur's, which is the main city. I think, if I remember correctly. So yeah, a lot of good stuff that we were able to witness and to live through. You know, that's really something that I'm grateful for. That's the thing, you know. I don't know how it was back then in terms of, you know, the business models and just how much money that the companies were making and all of that. But you know, there was a lot of great stuff that happened. Warcraft 3 Reforged. Oh, I know, bro. How do you feel about it? Because a lot of people are trash talking it. I thought it will come back. Ah, I knew. I'm pretty sad that. God fucking damn it. But what are your thoughts on the Warcraft 3, you know, Reforged thing? Like with the cinematics that are supposed to be enhanced and all of that? Because I have some friends that, you know, are like, well, I don't really care. I just enjoy playing the game with new graphics and, you know, it just brings back the old memories and stuff. But I think it's one of the worst rated games, like modern in the recent years. Like a Blizzard game that has a rating of like 1 out of 5? Like, are you serious? That's really sad. But what are your thoughts on it? Like, I wanted to, I was about to buy it. I'll let you talk, and then after I'll give you my 2 cents on it. Welcome to the new viewers that just tuned in. We are farming some arcane crystals because we've been spending a lot of gold on buying us some bottomless bags. So right now I have the full 18 slot bags, Dream, so burnt a little hole in my pocket, but don't worry, we're gonna plug that hole with some arcane crystal. Then I watched a popular Warcraft 3 streamer and I saw it was trash. I'm gonna tell you something. The first and last game, or the one and only game I ever um, pre-ordered was Guild Wars 2, because at the time I was following a content creator on YouTube and he was hyping it up, and I really liked the guy, but unfortunately he's not a YouTuber anymore, but for financial situations and stuff like that. But he was really into it, and I was like, hey, you know, I want to play the game with him. But for me, Guild Wars 2, the worst MMO I've ever played. Like I tried, well, in my opinion, like I really didn't like it. I tried Elder Scrolls Online. I tried, and not just tried. I played quite a lot of SWTOR, and I don't know. Guild Wars 2 was really bad, and I didn't just pay like the regular uh, pre-order. Like I paid one that was, you know, that had some bonuses. I don't even remember what it was exactly, but you know, I basically threw 60, $70 down the drain. You know, so ever since that time, I told myself that I would never pre-order anything ever again because of the fact that, you know, the the time that we live in and just the way that things are created now, it's all for quick bucks, and it looks all shiny and nice on the advertisement, but then when you actually see what's happening, uh, you played it too, huh? What do you think about it, Rat? Like, oh man, right now it's nowadays it's like, oh, we're gonna polish a turd and try to sell it to you for like $10, and it's like, come on, man, like, I don't know, it's so. I was really eager when I saw the announcement that they were gonna be reforging Warcraft 3, and you know, like a lot of people said, like they did kind of the same thing with StarCraft, if I'm not mistaken. Like they made like a remastered version, I think, and a lot of the player base was very, well, only 6 hits. Come on, disrespect. No worries, we still have a lot of time. Well, a lot. At least time for 3 to 4 other runs. But that's what I was saying. Is a lot of the StarCraft player base seemed to be very happy with those this remastered version of StarCraft. So I thought, oh, maybe that's good news. And the main problem that I've seen online, and as I was looking at reviews and stuff like that, played for like 2 days. Yeah, same thing. I played it. I leveled my whatever the fuck it was. Like, what I found that was nice is there was like a new sort of mechanic where I think you could like move and or no, you needed to cast your auto attacks and your abilities, and it was kind of weird, but same thing. I played it for like a week at most, and I was like, what the hell did I just spend my money on? But anyways, when I saw that Warcraft 3, I was like very eager to buy it and pre-order it because one of my coworker who is a very big Blizzard fan, and he plays uh, World of Warcraft, maybe not as intensive as me, but we have a lot of good chats, and he started playing in BC with his, and he was a young nub, but his older brothers were playing it, so he got into the game, and we had some good chats about it. He pre-ordered the game, but I was like, I'm gonna wait because Blizzard is Blizzard, and so yeah, Seer Master was good. I thought the Reforged will be insanely good. Yeah, and the the thing that the biggest problem is that they advertised it and they showed us like the cinematic where, and I understand this is one of like the most important part of the story where Arthas is purging Stratholme. So I understand that they showed this one, and I can understand why they put a lot of effort into making that cinematic extremely well done. But then they show that kind of cinematic that is absolutely beautiful and that is very polished, and you can see Blizzard quality. That was a Blizzard quality product right there, and like back in the days. And then they were saying there's like whatever 20 hours of remastered uh, and super HD enhanced whatever the heck they advertised it of cutscenes, and then you have like, and that what I thought was funny is that they were like all bragging about like like 4 races to play and then like 20, 40, 50, 60 levels of campaign. And I was like, yeah, it's the same game. You already advertise it. It's not like. Anyways, I just thought it was funny that they were like bragging about like the levels and the race, and you were going on the site or for Warcraft 3 Reforged and you saw all of those like beautifully remastered models and all of that, but then apparently the cutscenes are just like a little bit like they were back then. It's just like 1080p remastered, and it's like wow, like come on, like you're triple A, if not quadruple A, if that even exists, or if we could even give that grade company that makes fantastic video games. I mean, and there's a lot of work into it. Whether you like Modern Warfare, Call of Duty, and all of that, you gotta admit that there's a lot of work that is put into it. But you know, whether it's for the best or not, I mean, and then they give us that, and I was like, come on, and like that's basically false advertising. I mean, you're showing all of this extremely good cinematic and polished product, and you're saying, you're gonna have some remastered stuff and some super good cinematics that are going to be remastered, and well, I mean, is it our fault of thinking that what you're showing us is going to be that for all the cinematics? And then boom. How's the HD mod for Warcraft? Yeah, some guys say it's better than Blizz Reforge. Ah, da, da. Oh, 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 oh. No, no. Give me my demonic rune. Libram of Rapidity, man. Why can't I get a Libram of Constitution? You, and you know that's the thing. Like, there's some people that have more motivation to pay homage to Blizzard and make something good than the actual company, just because they care about their shareholders. Like, I understand capitalism. Like, I understand the concept of making money and just putting all that money back into it, and I understand, and I don't have a degree in like economics or anything, but I can understand like the basics. But I mean, come on, I'm pretty sure you can have both of them. And then yeah, they were saying, oh, it's gonna be released in like 2019, and then it was released in January of 2020. Like, I don't know, man. It's just a lot of little scuffed things here and there. That just you basically see the company crumble apart, and it's just like, whatever. At least we get classics, so we can numb the pain. It's just like, nah. I just remember being a young, dumb little kid just crying when I saw that Arthas was turning to an evil character, and just all those good memories. And Blizz died when Arthas died. That's basically what it was, man. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. And Blizzard took a huge dunk when Chris Metzen left as well. So I mean, he was one of the OG guys. But I understand that, like, whatever he might say, like, oh yeah, the pressure of doing something that was like ever increasing in just in terms of perfection, and people were just waiting like more and more, and they were demanding more and more. That was a lot of pressure for the man that was I think it was a senior head designer, something like this, or senior designer for sure. But I mean, man, he's been there since day one, like back in the 90s with Diablo, Warcraft through Warcraft 2 and all of that. So when he left, I was like, man, it's uh it's sad. And he worked on Overwatch and a lot of things, so Project Titan that ended up being scrapped. So yeah, it's just like, wow, like it's just greed took over and greed won, I guess. But at least the best we can do is just remember the good old time and just trying to cope with what it is. I mean, I'm very happy to see that, like, as much as people can criticize the business model and just the idea of releasing TBC and Classic WoW, which is just recycled content. Well, I mean, I'd rather have some leftovers of my favorite food than have some fully cooked meal that I hate, and that is basically just burnt steak with sloppy mashed potatoes and raw vegetables. Like, no, I'd rather reheat the pizza I had, like that I've been eating for a week, and just enjoy this nice, barbecue sauce with the just chicken, some nice red onions, and lots of cheese, and stuffed crust, and all the good package that you bought a week ago, whatever, and that is still good, or that you froze and that is in the freezer. Just pop that bad boy into the oven, you reheat it, and you're fine. I would much rather have that. My opinion on Classic? Ah, boy. The way that it started very nicely. I mean, uh, the idea of layering, sharding to make sure that people would have a decent experience. Okay, whatever. It's kind of, you know, I'm not too much into anal, but you're easing it slowly and with lots of lube. And okay, I can wrap my head around it, and I can just accept it eventually. But then you had the problem of servers, and then there's problems with the actual population, and then you had a free transfer. and then paid transfer that pretty much demolished the whole some of the initial servers like Scarum. With the free transfers, because Scarum was a very populated server, they I guess they well, a lot of servers were, but they just allowed people to go on just a random BS empty server, and okay, but that just screwed up the whole ratio for Scarum, and basically now Scarum and Thalnos are PvE realms, even though they are stated as PvP because, it's like a 95% to 5. Like, there's nothing, like, there's probably like two full guilds that raid. That's it, on the alliance side. So then they install not they install, but they gave the option to do actual paid transfer, and that's where our guild transferred off because I mean it was not competitive anymore, and we wanted to have people to be able to fill in our raids because there's a natural attrition of people stopping to play the game and blah blah blah, so we transferred, and then Insidious was super good balanced server. Lots of people that came from Scarum and Stalag on the Alliance because they saw that I signed up for this to have a nice PvP experience, to enjoy fighting over world bosses and whatnot, and not just being like destroyed or not, not being on the other hand where it's a alliance dominated server, but although PvP servers are mostly horde dominant. So okay, then we came to Scarum, which is fine. It is what it is. Oh god, I wanted to avoid that. So now I need to. But then there were like queues of death. Like at the earliest we had a queue was like, I think at some point there were some queues at like 2 p.m. Like the queue starting at 2 p.m. Can you imagine how long it was? Around 6, 7, 8 p.m. It was like 220, 240 minutes long. 240 minutes. 120 minutes is 2 hours. 240, that's 4 hours. Crazy amounts. And then they opened free transfers for people off Insidious, but then like the major horde guild that we were fighting for world bosses and stuff like that, they all left. So now basically we become a reversed Scarum. Insidious is now heavily alliance populated, and there isn't much to do. And a lot of my guild, like for me, it's a little bit whatever. Like we don't have any queues anymore, or we like it's changed a lot. But now it's like a lot of my guildies that are very hardcore PvPers, and they live and they breathe PvP. Well, now they're like, well, who the heck are we gonna contest? Like, it's like a PvE server. Like, we can't just go to the world boss and get it no matter what. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of things that I think they could have done better. That they went for the easy way again, and I don't know. Like, I never played Classic back in the day, so every new content patch is gonna be new. Like, I did ZG once in on private servers, and I never did AQ Nax or anything else. So for me, I'm gonna stick to it, and I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm pretty sure, because I like the guild that I have, like good players, and they have good sense of humor. We have a good atmosphere. Um, and, depending on who you talk to, on which guild you talk to, they might have their own opinion on TBC disaster. But I mean, some of them are just, they deserve the treatment they received. But anyways, um, you know, it's like anybody. You ask the wrong person and the wrong people, and you can have a group of people portrayed in like a demonic way when they're just regular Chad people. But anyways, like if it wasn't for my guild, to be honest, like I would probably not be playing WoW. But on one side, I want to experience the game. I want Pocket Lint, of course, and I want to keep creating content. I have a lot of ideas, and you know, I'm really looking forward to TBC. I don't know about you, Rat. What's your opinion on that? But again, TBC, I've never played it, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. But let's say that the way they handled things could have been better because yeah, it's like they're forcing people to transfer, and it seems like a big chess game where they don't really care about, but I mean, at the same time, what else could they do? I don't know. I'm not in Blizzard's shoe, but can they like merge servers that are uh, of opposite faction imbalance? I don't know. Can they do something better than just to? I don't know. But all the horde, that's funny. The horde that were on Insidious were um, very hostile to Alliance. Like they were camping a lot, and sometimes they would just like grief people with their raid buffs. Like they would send like a bunch of priests and shamans, like only at the BWL orb just to purge people's world buffs and stuff like that. Like they were not trying to rank or get PvP like we were doing back then at the beginning of Phase 2. But I mean, they were just griefing, and then when the coalition was like, oh yeah, well you want to get ganked, you want to get like, okay, we're just gonna do it. After like 2 weeks of that, Blizzard opened the free transfers, and all those Horde guild, they all transferred off. Which is kind of like, huh, well you got a taste of your own medicine and you could not even take it. So, what will you main in TBC? That's a silly question, Will. I'm just kidding, but I will main a Paladin for sure. Prot, I'm gonna go Prot in TBC, there's no doubt about it. And my alt is more than likely going to be a Druid, but I'm still thinking on that. But definitely I'm gonna be maining the Paladin. I want to finish the loop, you know. I started in Lich King, did all the way to well, to Legion, because who cares about BFA, and then um, now I'm playing Classic, and I want to play TBC as a Paladin. And even if I was not playing Paladin, you know, I just want to experience all of the expansions, and then we'll see. Very high for this new private server coming Vanilla Plus with custom content and more viable specs. Oh, nice. They're doing Classic Plus stuff. That's very cool. Like that, at first, that's something that I wanted. I wanted to have Classic, Classic Plus, TBC, TBC Plus. I mean, at that point, I don't know if there's some content that they could add or whatever, and then you know, Lich King. That was, but the more I see how Blizzard are, you know, handling things, the less I want to see Classic Plus content. Like, just I think it's just gonna be better off just, you know, just put the old CD back in the machine and don't try to change anything. Just have it on cruise control, and we're gonna enjoy it. And I think it's gonna be better for everybody. You know what I mean? Oh man, Will, I know shamans. Like, I really don't know if I want to have a shaman as well. Like, whatever happened, I'm gonna play a paladin just because, you know, I love the paladin class and I've branded myself around this, and I would very much enjoy tanking as a paladin because that's something I didn't get the chance to do in classic. And I don't think I'm ever gonna get the chance to, but that's fine. You know, it's a sacrifice that I make. Well, sacrifice with air quotes. Like, it's not like, take it with a grain of salt, like a sacrifice. But man, shamans, oh man, chain heal, bruh. it's so nice. It's such a great spell. Can't trust like that's the thing. Like it's like, come on, Blizzard. Like it's it's like they do just enough to give us some hope back, and then there's like, oh, there's a big thing that happens, and it's like and I love Blizzard. That's the worst thing about it. It's like the Stockholm syndrome. It's we're getting mistreated by it, and you know sometimes we feel like the company is not caring about the customer at all. But then yet again, what happens? We come back to the games and we pay that goddamn $15 a month. I pay $30 a month to get two accounts. So yeah, some people say, well, why are you complaining in that case? Well, fuck, I pay like $360 US, okay? fucking US a year, I think I have the choice and I have the right to complain when I see something that I don't like. And then you have some spineless normies that will just say like, "Oh my god, why are you complaining? Like, Blizzard is the best company ever." Ugh. And they don't want to hear anything bad about it. But it's like, bro, do you understand what's happening? Like, or no, 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 no. Like they'll just go on their knees and just suck Blizzard for whatever they're doing. Like they won't see the scheme behind. Like they'll pay the mounts and the like, oh, limited time mounts for Lunar Festival or whatever, and you know, just give us 20 more bucks and we'll try some new subversive selling methods and all of that. So it's just like, bro, like, and they're like, oh my god, but they're giving us some content. It's like, bro, they're not giving us some content. They're giving us like reskinned mounts that they will sell for $20, and you're biting full on like the bait is not even in your mouth. It's in your intestines. All that. Anyways, ah. Yeah, Wind Fury, I know, bro. Wind Fury, like, oh my god, it's so good. You're absolutely right, man. Why didn't I even think about it? But yeah, Wind Fury, like, but I'm mostly a healer, like healer tank mostly. Like I played DPS for a long time. That you know whatever DPS is DPS, but I love healing. So yeah, I mean, chain heal, bro. And Draenei's, they look absolutely amazing. Like they look cool, but what's kind of like about playing a shaman, even though like you have all of that, and I've been hearing that a very well-geared shaman is cannot be beaten in TBC in terms of healing. But you know, I never played it, so you know, is that true or not? I don't know, but I mean, the whole thing about playing a shaman as an alliance player is the same thing as playing a paladin as a horde player. Is just having to level up from 1 to 70, and that is very not that's not something that I want to be doing. Like I don't know if in TBC it's gonna be much faster to level to 60. Like chances are that it's gonna be the case, but still, like I don't want to level all the way to 70. Like one of the reason I'm starting to level up a druid at the same time, because I have on my main account I have my paladin, on my other account I have my mage that is still not level 60, and that was the plan all along, but I just don't really like playing a mage, to be honest. And then I have my druid, and I have a hunter. My hunter is going to be level 35. I'm pretty sure I'm going to just stop him there, just to be able to get some mooncloth cooldowns going, because I need to make some money back, and I want to. Oh my god, what have I done? I didn't even. I didn't even. Oh la 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 la, Alex, what are you? The fuck are you doing? Ah la 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 la. What have I done, boys? What have I done? Okay, hold the fuck up. Ah, rip. Anyways, that was lost from the start. I'm just, I'm too much into it. But the beauty about it is, I'm gonna show you, like I did in the video. If you ever die like this, like a fucking noob, don't worry. This is how you do it, okay? We're gonna plan a full-on airborne assault on those Alzin minions. They won't even know what the hell happened. You know, it's gonna be like the Polish in 1939. You know, they'll be conquered in like clap of a hand. So we won't, you know, we won't do all the bad things that the Nazis did. But you know, we'll blitzkrieg their ass. But yeah, man, shaman, very very appealing, but the leveling aspect is not appealing. But yeah, right now I have a hunter, level 35 for mooncloth cooldowns. I have a druid that I want to do for the same thing, but I'm at level her up to 60, so that when TBC hits, I have my paladin and my druid level 60 that I just need to bring to 70. The most thing I don't like about WoW is flying mounts, and plus this, there will be outlanes and everything without flying mounts. That's very interesting. Imagine all that content without flying mounts. Cause yeah, I'm really like especially on PvP servers and like in the Outlands where you are all funneled through one map. So that means like if you're coming in at level 58 and you're like, yeah, I want to level and I want to raid in Sunwell, and you're all full of motivation, and you will just get slammed on PvP servers if there's a very strong horde, or I mean if you're a horde and there's a lot of alliance, you can just get slammed and you can just be they can prevent you from doing basically anything because they have their flying mount. You're still with your little 100% mount and you're like, oh shit, it's about to rain. Yeah, it's raining horde. It's raining orcs, not raining men. It's raining orcs. You know what I mean? Like it's that's the biggest problem and complaint that people have had with like the way the outlines were designed. But like flying mounts, I like them, but I can understand that if you're getting like yeah. It's like nice as long as you're on the good side, but if you're on the receiving end of like getting destroyed with people with mounts and stuff like with flying mounts, it's all of a sudden it's a lot less appealing. So I can understand that. All right, so you just come back. You don't if you already used your ooh shit. Ooh, 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 that was close. That was really close. Okay, so whatever happens, if your Divine Shield's on cooldown, just heal yourself back up and then jump without using anything, because otherwise you will increase the length, the amount of time it will take you to go down. Because remember, we need to blitzkrieg those little Alzin's minion. They don't even know what hit them. Okay, so very very important to do that. So you just come back again. You like I said, you make sure you don't have the patrolling Warpwood Crusher because insane aggro range. Okay, just come back here. Same thing as before. Whoops. Except you do it correctly. Okay, they are all at the dude. Okay, so it would look a lot better if they were all there, but still. Okay, you basically just jump down. Okay, make sure you don't have the forbearance. You go down, you bop. They're gonna come. Boom. Okay, consecration, and then you just boom. Straight airborne assault their ass. Ah, schnitzel. Are you serious? God damn it. Normally that's not supposed to happen, but I guess it does because... Oh, what? Normally if there's a lasher in line of sight, they will just keep attacking you. Hi, I won't complain, but yeah, boom, you see? As long as the way is opened, boom, you're good. It would be better world PvP without flying mounts. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like mounts is it's a very polarized subject. Like I'm for flying mounts, but I understand why you would not because of the fact that yeah, too much talking, not enough pew pew. I know. Sorry. Is red viable in TBC? I'm pretty sure it is. Never played TBC, but man, Crusader Strike. Oh, Crusader Strike is what is missing for the Paladins in Classic WoW. To be honest, Straw Ruby. Fuck. Arcane Crystal, yes! Woohoo! Yes, boys. On a third vein, yo, Will, you're here. You might be helping me with the with your luck. Get a double Arcane Crystal. It feels so good that now Arcane Crystals are gonna be for me. I don't need to stack. I can sell them. Ah, rip. You're keeping all that luck for you, but I would probably be doing the same. 10:44, 42, 44. 10, yeah, 10:45. That's about 20 minutes per run. When I'm being a nub, a little bit more than 20 minutes. 40 minutes, so 11:30 or so. Gonna have enough time for 3 more runs. 3 more runs. Woohoo! We got one, boys. We got one. Oh, I didn't even. Too excited about TBC. Too excited about TBC, but I'm pretty sure like all the classes and the specs that were like trash in Classic are definitely viable in TBC because they want to balance things out. And I think classes that were OP as fuck, like mages, they get brought back down. You know what I mean? From what I've heard, it's a TLDR of TBC. Things are more quote unquote balanced. But I can't wait to play a Prot. Oh, Prot Paladin. It's gonna be so good. And I'm gonna be running dungeons all day. Like, the idea that I had for my stream at first for Classic is gonna be the idea for TBC. So. I gotta say, I'm in a good mood right now. Some Warcraft 3 musics. Looking forward to TBC where the Paladin's gonna be amazing. Oh man. I'm in a good mood right now. Red and Classic's not trash, it's just. Yeah, you're right, but I mean, it's. The way they designed it is trash though, but you're right, Red Spy. I should be more. How could I say this? Because it's not. Like, I've always been an advocate that, all three specs of Paladins are designed you know, to work. It's just it's they kind of need a little help. But just like compared to other classes, it's like how does repentance it doesn't even compare to any other CC in the game. Like it's a trash CC the way it's designed. Like it can be broken and it's only 6 seconds, 1 minute cooldown. Like it's basically a shitty Hodge. It's basically a shitty Hodge. Like maybe okay, we can argue it's an incapacitate, so it doesn't go on cooldown with Hodge, and there might be not a lot of incapacitate, so it doesn't go on DR with. But as soon as you get hit, a fly can just come and just sting you. It's gonna break. So it's kind of like I understand that it's good and it's another CC, but it's like, bro, seriously. And the mage's polymorph is gonna be lasting like 40 fucking seconds. Just relying on like swings and very little a bit like damaging abilities, it's like it's not enough. I understand it's for me it's just not enough. Like even though I'm gonna get a sulfurous hand of rag, like I still don't really want to play red. Like I'm gonna see what are the opportunities, what I get to see, but I mean. Still not appealing. Is there? Tell me he's not coming back at the complete end of the tunnel. Ah, oh, son of a gun! Exactly what I did not want. But I mean, it looks a lot better in TBC though. With Crusader Strike, like that would have been perfect. But it should be very interesting. Yeah, double satyr, getting wrecked here. Took me too long to kill the other one, or maybe if I was not a herbalist, I would have been fine because I took some time to get the ghost mushroom. That's what made it so that when I came back, but no worries. Yeah, that affects the run efficiency, but how much loot did I get from this little dude? I got 11, almost 12 silver. Yeah, not worth it technically, but whatever. Now let's just eat the little biscuit. Yes, I end up using a biscuit and a bandage, but hey, you know what? When you have full bottomless bags and you can start stacking all those crystals, doesn't matter, man. You can live with the 2 rune cloth that were wasted. That's something I hope actually, because you know my guild. I don't know if you have any insight on this, Will, but with the guild, I see them as very, very competitive PvPers. Um, 69 gold. Ah, no. But still, I mean, 60 plus gold. It's a good one. But 69, damn. But yeah, something that I hope, and I was saying, Will, I don't know if you have any insights because of Ruka or anything, but I know my guild is a bunch of very of PvP enthusiasts. Let's just say that, and you know, TBC means arenas. Arenas means trying to get the best comps, and I know Blood Elves are very strong, so I don't know if they are going to be re-rolling Horde because I absolutely despise Blood Elves. Just the model and just I transferred back in the days. I think at the end of Cataclysm and during MOP, I transferred my Paladin to Blood Elf, and oh man, I hope they don't go Horde because I want to play a Paladin, but I don't want to play a Blood Elf. So I hope that they will stay Alliance. Only Exorcism, Timo, is going to take you much longer, so it can be done absolutely with this one. You know, you don't have to, as long as you line of sight him, you can make the fight last 2 hours if you want. You're going to be fine. But the thing is are you going to get efficient enough to make it so you will be better off farming here rather than farming dungeons or anything else? I don't know. I always recommend having Holy Shock, but if you want to give it a try as a Ret or a Prot Paladin and you don't have Holy Shock, you can give it a try. The last boss, though, might be slightly harder. Handle Rag and decent AP and crit gear, your average damage per hit will be near 900 with a minimum 500 up to 2k plus. Cloth and leather. Interesting. Like that's the thing. Like right now, I'm saying red. I'm kind of not down, but I'll see what are my options. I'll see what I have available because if I go full on red, that means I need to start rolling on the melee gear, and I'm giving up the spot for a healer. I mean, it might not fit all perfectly, but I'm not closing the door on that possibility just yet, but it's just like right now, as of April 12th, April 13th at 10:52 a.m. In the mood that I am, I'm more in the mood of playing a prop paladin in TBC right now and just getting a bunch of gold. So not really into it, but I won't say no before analyzing what it can be capable of. That's what I have tried. Yeah, how was that for you, Timo, on the last boss? I'm curious to see what only exorcism. I mean, you have better mana management because you don't have Exorcism. I mean, you don't have Holy Shock and Divine Favor, so you don't need to spend more mana on like those spells, so you can, you know, heal yourself or dispel more. But I'm curious to see how that went for you. Like, are you able to do it with only Exorcism? Like, how is that for you? Come on, give me a crit. Ah, rip. Man, I can't wait to get the trinket from ZG for this. Like the wannabe Toep. But it's good for healing as well, so I'm gonna be able to put my name on the wanting list. Like, I want that trinket. I want it for healing, bros. I want it for healing. No, but it's gonna be good for healing, obviously, because that's what, like, almost 400 plus. It's close to like 400 increased healing. That it decreases every time you cast, but still, man, 400 increased healing on my little flashes of light. Insane. Always get sacrificed. Okay. That's what I kind of. Oh, I missed? Bruh. That's what I kind of realized. When you don't have a lot of gear, it takes you longer, so you have a lot more room for errors and just like missteps and stuff like that. So that's why I'm always trying to tell people, you know, put all the odds in your favor. You will clear everything faster, and then boom, you know, chances are. Clever hat. Always lose the focus. Yeah, that's what I was getting to, Timo. Like, I'm like, that was a 5 minute 50 seconds kill. My fastest was 5 minute 12 seconds. I don't know how I did that, but yeah, eventually it takes longer, so you're kind of not into it anymore, and then that's where you get sacrificed. So if that's a recurring theme for you and you're open to respecking, then I would say definitely do it. If not, just try to, like, if you don't want to give it a shot anymore, there's probably other ways that you can farm. Especially if you're a Pro Paladin, you're a tank, bro. Sell some tanking services, or just, you know, ask for like orbs. Do some Stratholme live and just say, you know, I'm gonna tank it for you, but you will you will give me the first orb, and then the other ones are round robin, so you can get an easy 20-25 gold. Nah, not a Bell fan, eh? Screw that. Like the males, like, I don't care about night elves, but just the male blood elves, man, they look like women. Like, don't take it as a social stand on, you know, anything about relevant and sensitive stuff in 2020. Don't get me wrong, I don't care, but no, when I want to make a character, I want it to look badass, but they look very feminine. And then the blood elves female are cool, but they're all tiny, and it's like, well, I want my paladin to look good. You know what I mean? Like, screw blood elves. Like, I understand, but they have a very good ratio. That they're I think it's instant cast on top of that, or at some point it was instant cast, but they're silenced for like 2-3 seconds. You can silence as a paladin, as a warrior, as a rogue, and all of that. Super strong. I understand that, so that's why I'm saying, eesh. I hope the guild members, they don't reroll horde in TBC, because I wanna stay dwarf, and I wanna keep playing with those dudes. Just got the herb in the room. You are nice, 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 nice. Yeah, you get some dream foil and Chrome's blood. That's very good. I mean, the dream foil can sell for a decent amount. But I'm going to tell you, if you really want to make a lot of money, Timo, if you really want to make a lot of money as a herbalist, depending on your server's population and, you know, if you're on a PvP server and all of that, yo, Eastern Plaguelands, the route that I was doing before I transferred, man, you can get a bunch of Plague Blooms, a bunch of Silver Sage, and a bunch of Dreamfoil. These are like your holy trinity if we exclude lotuses, obviously that's like the straight god over the creating force of the universe or whatever. It's even better than the Holy Trinity almost. Although as a Christian, there's nothing better, but you get what I mean, and it's in its own category because you need to be a full-on Chad to farm lotuses like on the clock, boom, boom, boom. But you can go in Eastern Plaguelands and you can do a full-on route, and if you get lotuses on top of that, good. But those three herbs, Dreamfoil, Plague Blooms, and Silver Sage, ooh, can get a good amount of gold from those. Alliance best tank, Horde best rats. That would be completely fine with me if the Alliance has the best tanks. For Paladins, let's go. Too many people, okay. That's the thing, on Incendious, it's... Even if you farm at like 2 a.m., there's too many people. Too many people. And the worst thing is when, it's your own faction. Like, you can't really do anything about it. You can kill them. If it's opposite faction, you just blast them if you're good, but you can be the best. You can be a gladiator and the best PvP on your server if it's somebody of your own faction that's still your herbs. What can you do? What can you do? Oh, that's true. They have different seals. That's why. Yeah, Seal of Vengeance isn't the one. Is it the one that is stacking with like the two yellow swords that are crossed? I think I have some. I think I have some memories of that seal in Lich King, but I might be wrong. I'm not exactly sure. But like I said, that's fine by me. Split jumpies? Yeah, I could. But if I get a crystal, I need to share it. It's pretty sad. I don't want to do this. If I were to find a warrior, I would find someone from the guild. Other than that, I don't want to enrich other people. Dot seal, okay, that's the one. Up to 5 times, yeah, okay, nice. That's the one that I was remembering from the Lich King. Oh, that's one of the best music part of Warcraft. That's the Night Elf theme from Frozen Throne. The best. But yeah, Will, when you do some split runs with a warrior, do you kill the last boss? Or do you just reset it like this? Because I remember you were saying you were killing Hydrospawn, killing Zevrim, and then coming back, but I don't remember if you were saying that you were killing the Alzin or not.
Mic off. Mic on.
Ah, nice. No luck, no luck. Come on, come on, come on. You can get this. Give me a nice crystal. Come on. Okay, one last. Well, rip, boys. And the thing is, like, when you do splits with Aurora, can you do them like slow enough that you can just keep going, or do you hit the lockout at some point? That's something to keep in mind. If you don't have HS and decents, Papa, you better just find good gear wear. Yeah, good point, Red Spy. If you don't have it, just duo those ones. There's a bunch. There's always warriors trying to find some ways to find gold. So, especially if they went on a HGC farm and they had to pay healers like a couple hundred gold if it dropped. And they actually did it. So, that might be your best bet. Just make sure you have herbing, mining, hopefully enchanting as well. The both of you combined, so you can get the best amount of gold from every single boss, every single place that you go through the instance. Hold up. There we go. No, I know it. That's what I was saying. If you don't have a holy shock, yeah. Arms warrior with ash candy. Oh yeah, arms warrior. Interesting. Hashtag ass candy. Ah, rip. Going too fast. Oh, nice. We got a 3 bosses. Okay. So we hit lockout. Yeah. Yeah. Ruka is very geared. I bet you hit the lockout pretty easily. Oh, Mortal Strike. True. I never thought about that. Let's get another cookie going. Nice. Diaper Snip just got a crystal will. Ah, screw it. I'll just start it without the Divine Favor. And he got it from the Eastern Plague Lands? Damn. That's pretty rare nowadays to get some good crystals from the Plague Lands. Well, let alone just an RTV. Because it's so packed in there, like, especially on Incendious. Pack Nation. Oh boy, sorry about that. I got caught in the. I could not mute the mic fast enough. I don't know if you had that, but when you sneeze and you feel it all in your lungs and they're all like fuzzy and it feels like you had like a lung orgasm. Feels good. Ha, not even. How much spell power? 229. 229, yeah. And that's only with a 5 piece of, well, I have 6 piece of judgment. I don't have the bracers and the boots, and I have the 5 piece bonus obviously, and I don't have, like, I have Briarwood Reed, and that's all I have in terms of spell power gear. Like, I don't have another trinket with spell power, I don't have a neck or jewelry with spell power. My cape is healing as well, so my weapon don't have any spell power. It's all healing, so If you have other alternative items that you can equip, you can have much more than I have right now, easily. Because I have like, what, 400 healing? You could easily get 400 spell power. If not more. That's what I was saying, you know, the trinket and ZG. Oh, it's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be fantastic. Yes, sir, it's by you are right. It's just I haven't been in BRD lately, but I need to do eventually a BRD run for the lifesteal axe and a force of will for AoE farming. So definitely something that I'm gonna keep an eye on. But it's just as of lately I've been busy doing other things. Like I've been saying, so many things to do, but so little time to do those. I want to level alts, I want to gear my paladin, I want to farm gold, I want to get some more bags. You know, I got bigger bags. I have my full set of bottomless as of yesterday, and they are all crafted by the same Chad dwarf paladin, dwarf priest, sorry. So that's very cool. I have the same crafting mark. Whoops! Whoa! 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 What you doing, son? I just went through the freaking. I'd like to be able to go through terrain like this. What is this? Just went through the freaking pillar. Like I said, like I have no idea how I did that record victory the other day. Scary Hall win PvP. That's true. That's true. You get mad gold and you get some PvP action going. Boom! The greatest race of hunter. Oh, celestial. What? Celestial belt. 60. Greatest race of hunters. Nice. I got something different for a while. Because all the other books I would get were always the same, the ones for rogues or mages. The mage cookbook, always. I got like 3 copies of them. I was like, no, okay, I'm not gonna send a 3rd copy to the guild bank. They're gonna be like, what the fuck? Why are you sending us some bullshit, Belloc? Come on. You're supposed to be a Chad. But nice, I get an extra 68 silver. Well, actually, no, I'm gonna send that to my alt 51. Yeah, I have the chance to get some good materials. For 68 silver. We'll have to roll the dice to see if we can get some good stuff. Because sometimes you get only like 1 dust, sometimes you can get more. There's no book over there. Is there one over here though?
Mic off. Mic on.
Still in the same. All right. Hold on, I'll be right back, boys.
Mic off. Mic on.
All right. Get wrecked. Booped. But Will, if you do kill Alzin, do you clear all the other? Well, that's what I suspect that you do. You clear all the other elementals before to prevent all of them coming in with the boss, or you just man mode it and say fuck it. The Rexar campaign. I don't know if you guys were able to play that one in Warcraft 3, but that was very good. With the troll hero. Pas de soucis, la vie est belle. Ah, good old times. I remember I did all that campaign in one sitting, and I was in my cousin's basement. I think he went to work or something. And he was like, "Hey, there you go. You can just play on the computer." So I was looking through the game and whatever, and then I was like, "Oh, Warcraft. That seems nice." I was looking at that. There was a show called Gamers. I remember that show. They basically had like 10 players, and they would do a first like 5v5 in the Unreal Tournament 2004. Capture the flag, best of 3, and then they would go. That would be like the first third of the show. Then they would also do. Oh, always when he's in like regular form, always wait to use your bandages because he can always cast on you, and then you boom. You either take lots of mana, you lose a lot of mana, or you just end up taking a lot of damage. But yeah, and then the second round, so the middle at the around the middle of the show, there would be like a 1v1. It was like blue team versus red team, and they would do, I don't know, like a console game like FIFA or Mortal Kombat and whatnot. And then they would do a 1v1 of Warcraft 3. And then at the end of the show, the team would be switched around every week, I think. So at the end of the show, you would have like one player with the most points because you would acquire points by winning in the capture the flag, then 1v1 for the console game, and then for the Warcraft 3 matches. So that was very nice. That's where I first got a look of the game. I got to see what it was about, and then when I saw my cousin had that game, I was like, oh, I want to try that. Then I did the Rexar campaign. That's like a couple of hours. It's at least like 2-3 hours, if not more. I think no, actually definitely more. It's more like 4 or 5. And I cleared everything, did all the map. I think I was still playing. I was still at the computer when he came back from work. I was like, oh. And with the panda with the big jug like Chen, oh man, good old times. Man, I'm actually not bad in terms of resources right now. Okay, no. Boom. Okay, now it should open. There we go. Eesh. I didn't calculate this properly. Okay, I'm gonna be fine. Cause sometimes if you go on the ledge too fast, the boss is gonna come, but then the little minions are gonna be late. So when you jump down, they're all gonna start attacking you because they're gonna be uh, closer than usual. Okay. Yeah, let's just do the quick way. Boom. Almost there, almost there. What will we get? You have you have 95 total wipes on this difficulty. Nice. We've blasted this boss 95 times. We're gonna blast him a 96th time before logging off. Okay. Wow. And we're getting some peasant RTVs right now. 5 slots, 6 slots available. Nice. We have more than enough for one last. Normally, you know, depending on how big are your stacks of dense stone and thorium ore, if you're close to like having them full to 20 for dense stones or 10 for the ores, you might want to allocate a little bit more, 1 to 2 more slots per run, but normally 3 slots is more than enough. Extensation. Alright, last run, boys.
Mic off. Mic on.
This little thing just tickling in my throat. Very not fun. Nice. That's something that would have been nice is being able to gather herbs while being fully invulnerable, like in your bubble. Imagine that. That would have been the chattest class for picking up Lotus. You have 12 seconds. Normally one cast is 5 seconds, so you would have two full casts while being invulnerable. That would be the biggest troll class in this case for Lotus farming. Too bad it's not the case. Some dream foil. Oof, hold up. Let's not risk it. Especially in the last run. I already died once to some brain fart. I don't want to die again to something that can be avoided. Oh, that's when our boy Arthas is nearing Ice Crown. Man, bring me back to Ice Crown. Speaking of Ice Crown, because I was looking up at the Druid talent tree the other day. What are they getting again? Tools talent calculator for druids? What do they get level 80? Wild growth for Arresto, okay. The fire prayer with the power yard for blah blah blah. The amount heals applied quickly at first and slows down as well, reaches its full duration. Okay. Wild growth. That's the one. Hey guys, wanna do some shrooms? Speaking of shrooms, I have 5. Wow, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's like 5 gold worth, but still. It used to be a lot more expensive in phase 2 because you need that for, I think you need those for lips. Limited invulnerability potions. Boom. Okay, we sacrificed a frog. Should have a much higher chance to get the crystal. Okay, is there a satyr? No, blessed. Blessed. Oh, and this one is just coming out. Perfect. Like, if you can avoid to fight the last one, it's always recommended because it will prevent you from being at what 70% health and 50% mana when you reach the last boss. So you don't need to use a bandage. You don't need to use food, etc. Hold up, just before the boss fight, I just need to do something real quick.
Mic off.
Alright, just
Mic on.
checking up on some things because, when you get this boss started, can't really pause it. Can't pause the game, Mom! It's not those good old single player games that we used to play back then. Like the good old Call of Duty, like the first ones. Those were nice about World War II. Alright, the last Zevrim of the day. What? It's still Warcraft 3 music. What is that from? Okay. Seems like undead music. With your little dude like praying to the haunted mines, whatever. Like. Ha 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 ha, boom. Oh, don't even have my shadow resist. Could have been deadly. Something that's cool as well in TBC that I remember is the Crusader aura. 20% increased movement speed while mounted speed. Ooh, ho, 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 ho. Boss. You just fly across the map. Feels good. Especially when I was in Lich King and I got my, I think it's 310% epic mount with the extra 20%. Whew, man, straight flying Bugatti Veyron. If ever they they relaunch like classic Wrath of the Lich King, something that I just can't wait to play is Winter Spring. That was very nice, like the battleground that, you know, you had the towers, you had the vehicles, and oh man, that was very nice. And if you controlled it, you could do the Vault of Archivon, and you could get access to like enchants and BOAs and stuff. Like good old days. Good old days. Ah, rip. Ooh. Ain't gonna get me. Alright, below 20%. Boom. Huh, nice try. 13%. There we go. Kaboom. Oh, Satyr Bow. Let's go, bros. 3 gold. That's something that I should maybe start doing because I saw the other day there was somebody that was buying the Satyr Bow for like 50 gold. I was like, oh man, I was on my alt and I was getting boosted in SM, so there's no way I could have been to Dire Maul in a timely manner. But man, that's something I should think about. But this early during the day, it's a little bit more complicated to get people. But you know, just invite him. He can just chill up high. But I think it was a rogue, so yeah, he could come and chill and just get past it, and I don't know, help with the kill if anything. Then boom, just relatively easy. 50 gold. Yeah, why not? Let's give this Grum's blood some love. Is there a book over here though? Nope. Watcha. Alright, last stretch. Last stretch. Let's change it up. Baron's music ambience. Screw that. That's gonna be better. We're going home after. Oh, there's a book. Nice. Come on, give me a 4-roar. That would be Chad. Silly pocket lint. Oh, it can be Diva Aura. Oh, get wrecked with that resist. Boom. How much nature? Well, I mean, I think it's gonna be like the same thing for the sacrifice. If you have 100, well, he's only 58, so you already have some like built-in resistance against his spells because he is lower level. Like every time you're fighting somebody lower level, they have less chance to hit you and whatnot. But to fully resist, you would need probably up to like to resist like most of them, you would probably need over 100 to 200. But right now, I have 36, and I'm resisting here and there, luckily. Because I think is it 315? That's the cap, but that's for when you're fighting like when you're level 60 and you're fighting like bosses and stuff like that. But since you know you're level 60 and you're not fighting, I think I would assume it's maybe a little bit different. But there's no way you're gonna get 315 resists, especially at this point. Like, but if you can get close to 100, you would probably be able to, you know, be in very good shape. But is it worth sacrificing like some efficiency? Like if you can get some good pieces with nature resists and like spell power or good intellect and good stam, then go for it. But if it's just like a green ring of nature resist, Like, I could try it to see how that goes, but... Like, we're not talking like AQ nature damage, so... As long as you have enough mana, you will be able to outlast his damage anyways. And if you have bandages, like you get some rune cloth just by killing some satyr here and there. Like I got 9 today, so sometimes you get it from Zevrim as well. So what? Still hit me through? Man. Sometimes it seems very weird. Like I press it and I get the damage. Anyways. That's one of the reasons why I put 5 nature resist on my shoulders. It's because of that, just to increase the amount that I have. Woohoo! Nice. Ha! Clutch, 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 clutch. And that's the thing, if you're a dwarf, it's even less of a problem because you can at least use, if you're soloing, you can use 2 stone forms, so that's like 1600 damage or so that you can resist, so... What the... Ah, small brain, small brain. Just make sure here. Okay, the other ones there are... There we go. Oh shit, the other ones were very close over there. Let's see if the aggro. If not, we'll just wait for the Barons to fade and we'll do a full reset. Okay, they will still reset until they are out of line of sight. Heh, easy. $96 total revive. Okay, last RTVs of the day. Okay, 1 hit, 1 thorium. 2 thoriums, 2 hit. Wow, talk about a weak rich thorium vein. More like pleb thorium vein. You ain't rich at all. That means I should have 3. No? Not even. Okay, so that one has to be 4 hits. If not, it's even worse. Or an arcane crystal. I will accept only 2 hits or 3 if there's an arcane crystal. Wow, 4 hits, 4 thorium veins, no denstone? Okay, arcane crystal, arcane crystal, arcane crystal, arcane crystal. What? Man. But it's fine, we at least got one. We got one, so we're gonna be back at 800 gold. Slowly getting back up there, over 1k. But that's cool, I don't know if, is it in my bags? No, it's in my bank. I'm gonna show you my, the latest piece of gear that I have acquired. So that should be very, very welcome when I will be leveling my druid. Or am I blind? Oh no, here it is. Demon Forge breastplate, boys. I got it crafted. Now it's just a matter of getting it enchanted with absorption. I'm gonna do that probably later today, but then it's going to be the chest that I'm gonna be using when farming dead mines, stockades, and I'm even gonna go for SM Cathedral. Just level it up for my druid, because right now for my hunter, without this and an Uther's strength, I'm not very comfortable going for this because I want it to be efficient. Because at some point in stockades runs, I could it would cost me a high amount in repairs. So I just want to make sure that if I'm doing it effectively, that I can cover the cost of repairs and all of that. Let's just calculate real quick. Here we have what? Let's just say 60. One. So that's one stack and a half. That's about 666. Plus 4, 70. 71, 72. Almost a full stack of 12. Okay, let's just say 6. 72, 78. Plus 5. 83. 78, yeah, 83. Plus maybe 1 or 2 gold. 85. 86. 89. And I got I didn't get a lot of denstone. Did I only get 3 and all of that? Because I remember having 2. Maybe 1. No, almost 100 gold of value. Plus maybe with the crumbs here, the dried bullet, the rune cloth, and all of that. Maybe 100 gold. Give and take. Not bad, not bad. Nonetheless. Who is this? So that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. I want to give a big shout out to Rat, Will, Red Spy, Timo, or Timo, Asbo, and I don't think I'm missing anybody, for keeping the chat going. Thank you very much. I always like to converse or have a conversation with you, and I like to have some questions to answer. So we'll see us very soon. Probably tomorrow. We'll see about that. If not, on the plan right now is on Wednesday have the Sulfurion Hammer crafted, but don't don't hold me to my words, or however you say that, but I'm not exactly sure if that's gonna happen just yet, because there's some preparation I wanted to do for a video. So just want to make sure that when I go in I can get some good footage and stuff. But that would be the goal if everything goes well. If not, it's gonna be a little bit later, but don't worry, it's gonna be crafted very soon. So like I said, thank you very much. We'll see you soon. Have a good one. Take care of yourself in the meantime, and you know it. In the meantime, stay blessed, my friends.